Hello, hello, and welcome. I am Web Weaver, and I'm so glad you have found my channel here today. This is where I do my weekly tarot reading just to give us some idea of what might be coming our way this week. Um, Give us a heads up on some days. The readings might pertain more to bigger picture, what's happening in the world. It might be more personal for you. So only you can judge that one. I do have my microphone on this time. I thought it would be nice. It is summer solstice, so blessed solstice to those of you celebrating here in the northern hemisphere, and blessed winter solstice to those of you celebrating in the southern hemisphere. So solstice was actually at 4:54 this morning, I think, or something like that. And I do apologize for noise. My neighbor 2 houses up decided to start mowing his lawn. So when I tested it, I couldn't hear it in the sound, but if you do hear something, that might be it. All right. So on this solstice day, I am in the upper part of my yard where I intend to build a magic working space, if you will, an altar, and we have a fire pit already, and we've held rituals up here before. There's just not a designated space for it. So I have plans. I just need employment. So all right. So Slavic Legends Tarot deck is the deck that I am using. And as always, if we pull any major arcana, I have a book here that has the notes for these cards. All the major arcana are based off of um, a Slavic legend or hero or something of that nature. So I will pull that out just in case it pertains to anything uh, that we need to know or gives us more guidance in some way. Okay, entertainment purposes only, and we are going to get started. It's actually been a rather cool uh, solstice here. Not terribly hot. I think we struggled to hit 80 today, and then we're supposed to get rain tonight. I'm hoping it holds off long enough that we can do a campfire, but it's clouding up a lot. But that means the cards will be easier to see. The lighting should be pretty good with the clouds out here, so hooray for that. If you want to share what you're doing for solstice in the comments, that's perfectly fine. I have a dinner planned, um, and just a fire and recognizing the season change. Okay. We are looking at the week of the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th. I think that was 7 days. All right. What do we need to know for the week ahead? What's our message for this week ahead? 21st is today, the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th. What do we need to know? I'm going to stop there, I think. Okay. So for Monday, we have the Five of Coins. So fives tend to be, let me make sure you can see that. I think I lined it up with this here. Fives tend to be kind of difficult, a bit of a struggle in some way. And when it comes to coins, we're looking at the physical realm, health, money, that kind of thing. So tomorrow may bring a challenge in that realm. You might have some difficult financial news. Maybe you're not feeling well, or you are waiting on some health news. Um, you may have a physical need. It may be some anxiety, some stress. But Monday is a time of difficult news in the realm of the physical. In the bigger picture, maybe there's some kind of report coming in about the economy. Maybe gas prices are going to surge. I don't know. Anything like that could be happening financially. Um, Someone high in power may fall ill. I don't know. Whatever it may be for you, tomorrow may be a time where those anxieties about health, finance, where you live, your possessions, there may be a challenge there. All right. So then we have for Tuesday, the King of Swords. So swords has to do with air. And air has to do with um, the realm of knowing, the realm of intellect, um, communication. Could be written communication, could be verbal communication, um, ideas, creative ideas, thinking. Philosophy would fall into this realm. So this is the King of Swords. So this is someone who is analytical, intellectual, um, possibly very articulate, fair and just, ethical. This card is speaking to some kind of intuition, some kind of wisdom, knowing. It could be personal development. It might be new ideas and communications. So on Tuesday, there is some kind of external communications or ideas, or somebody is stepping up and taking a role in that area of your life, or possibly in the bigger picture. All right, so Wednesday we have the Hierophant. So I will get the book out because this is a major arcana. So generally, the Hierophant may have to do with government. It may have to do with education, belief systems. Let me find who this is in the book here. There he is. So the Hierophant card depicts a Slavic priest known as a Zerka or a Pharaonic, which, and I may have butchered those. If I did, I'm sorry. Which literally translates to one who offers sacrifices, also referred to as the great priest. They were an important figure in Slavic mythology. They served as intermediaries between the humans and the spiritual world, with their role involving establishing contact with the gods, offering sacrifices, conducting religious ceremonies. So the Zerka possessed extensive knowledge of Slavic rituals, rites, and beliefs. They were responsible for maintaining harmony between humans and the gods, as well as ensuring the prosperity and well being of the community. They performed various functions such as divination, healing, dispute resolution, and conducting initiation ceremonies. Slavic beliefs revolved around the concept of offering sacrifices to the gods in exchange for blessings, protection, and abundance. The Zerka played a crucial role in these practices, performing sacrificial rituals and presenting offerings on behalf of the community. It was believed that through these rituals, one could establish a connection with the gods and gain their favor. Often, the Zerka also served as an advisor to rulers or community leaders, providing them with guidance and counsel on important political and social matters. They were highly respected teachers, transmitting knowledge and traditions of their people. So again, we're coming into the area of education, which ties into the air from the King of Swords, belief systems. It could have to do with group identification, maybe. So we're in a period of time where there's a lot of us versus them. So maybe that conformity. It could have to do with legal matters. There could be some kind of legal matters happening on Wednesday for you or in the bigger picture because they seem to happen all the time. Um, it might mean furthering education, or it may be, speaking to your connection with deity. All right, so Thursday then we have the Six of Wands. Now I know um, I watch Libby, and the Six of Wands is very much a false victory card. In this card, it does actually look like a victory. So if I hold it where you might be able to see it better, the people are smiling. The horse doesn't look like it's struggling. They're waving things. There's a lute player. It looks like a victory of some sort has occurred. So I go with the traditional meaning of this card, which has to do with victory, achieving something, um, a triumph, maybe getting recognized for a job well done, a recognition of achievement, having pride in what you've done. So there's some kind of achievement or victory in store on Thursday. On Friday, we have the Emperor. It reminds me of King Theoden before he got freed from the. Sorry, I am a Lord of the Rings fan. It just reminds me of King Theoden before he got freed from that rulership. So this is fitting as a. Of course, it's not a card for today, but today is Father's Day here in the United States, and the Emperor is very much a father figure. Has to do with structure, um, authority figure, regulating things. He's a family man, um, very reasonable, responsible, balanced, creating order and stability. So the Emperor card, the inspiration is Rod, who in Slavic mythology is considered the supreme god and is associated with fertility, the care of the family, and destiny. He was also the god of the family, nation, tribe, ancestors, judgment, fate, family, and spiritual continuity and fatherhood. Thus, his function aligns perfectly with the archetype of the Emperor card representing the father. Unfortunately, information about Rod in Slavic mythology is limited and incomplete due to the lack of written resources. Most of the information about him comes from scholarly research, speculation, and reconstruction. So we do know that he's often depicted as a male figure, primarily associated with the fertility of the land and agriculture. His worship was connected with practices related to harvest, planting, and the abundance of crops. It was believed that Rod oversees the process of life, ensuring fertility and prosperity. Rod also had the role of protector in the family and lineage. He was considered a guardian of traditions, values, and family ties. He was often invoked for family blessings, protection against evil spirits, and the transmission of ancestral wisdom. Nevertheless, since we don't know a whole lot about him, that's really as far as the card makers were able to go with us. So on Friday, we're looking possibly at a leader stepping up, a father figure, um, somebody who's reasonable and balanced. Maybe it's calling on us to be that figure for somebody else. Creating order and stability. Sure could go for some of that. That would be nice. So that's our Friday card. Let's look at Saturday. We're almost done here. The Two of Cups. So twos are oftentimes decisions that need to be made or needing to balance something in some realm. Cups are emotion, psychic intuition, um, but with them being emotion, the Two of Cups, instead of being a decision that needs to be made, it's more of a connection being made. It's attachment. It could be romance. It could be an engagement, a hand fasting, a wedding, something like that on Saturday. It could just be a partnership. It could be, people going into business together or something of that nature, but there's an equality there. And there is a deep connection, whether it is a deep connection through love or if it's a deep connection through trust or whatever it is. There's some kind of connection happening on Saturday. um, some people are coming together in some way. And then next Sunday, the 28th, we have the Page of Cups. So lots of cups next weekend. So for me, pages tend to be kind of about messages. Um, and with cups again, it's emotion. So the card is telling us that we need to use our emotion, be intuitive, trust that gut feeling, that intuition, be loving, be intimate, um, use your imagination. It could also mean that you're ready to try something new, or it could be someone in your life who is ready to try something new, whether it's something they are passionate about emotionally, or something in a relationship, or maybe creativity, art, but it's something emotional. So that is, could also be an emotional message coming forward, because pages tend to be sent for passing messages. So some kind of emotional message possible on Sunday. All right. So that is it for this reading. Hopefully the sound was okay. I haven't used these mics in a while. The lawnmower did stop though, so hopefully you didn't pick up on any of that. And I will be back next Sunday with our next reading. I'll try to do it outside again if the weather permits. If not, I'll be inside. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Blessed be.